another storm impacting Bay Area commuters. This one brought rain and frozen precipitation to parts of the Bay Area. And we want to go out live now to KTVU's Jesse Gary, who's joining us live from San Jose. Jesse, thanks so much for being with us. How has the weather impacted the day from what you've seen so far?
Lexie, mostly cloudy skies all day long with heavy rain, but within maybe the past 30 minutes to 45 minutes, clearing and sunshine. Still, it was a slow go for commuters as the Bay Area suffered through another winter storm. A gloomy Monday greeted motorists with partially flooded streets in some areas of San Jose.
It's a good day to stay inside today because the weather is terrible. It's a good day to just put on the TV and stay in a warm house.
If you didn't have to go to work, what would you be doing?
Oh, in the bed. Definitely in the bed.
Starting Sunday and continuing through the night and into Monday, a steady, cold rainfall soaked Silicon Valley flatlands. Some higher elevations were dusted with frozen precipitation.
Down here it feels cold, but it's not cold enough to snow, and it's a little warmer than it was on Friday.
Friday, 6 inches of snow snarled traffic, stranded motorists on at least 3 highways. The winter wonderland wasn't repeated, but CHP still issued an advisory for motorists headed into the Santa Cruz Mountains.
It was raining. There's even hail at moments. The roadway is wet and slippery, and we're advising the public not to drive unless you need to.
CHP officers say there were 20 accidents in the South Bay during Monday's rainstorm. Officials say that's slightly above the average number of accidents. San Jose Transportation Department crews responding to 39 storm-related calls. Many to relieve storm inlets clogged by debris.
Wherever we have more people, more traffic, there's more debris. We monitor about 60 locations across the city that we know are prone to flooding every time we have a level 1 storm day like today.
For all the calls and splashes, forecasters say the Bay Area's Monday headache was just half an inch of rain.
And in many parts of the country, that's one thunderstorm. So you got to put things into perspective. It's only a half an inch of rain.
And that is our old friend, Dr. Allison Bridger, a San Jose State University meteorologist and climate scientist. And she says that half inch of rain is helping to alleviate drought conditions here in the Bay Area. Got to remember, it's cyclical. So we'll get winters where it's like this, rain, 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 dry, rain. And then we have winters like last winter where it didn't rain in January or February. Not a drop. And that's in the heart of rainy season. So we'll take whatever we can get. As a matter of fact, clouds are starting to thicken up again, Lexie. It looks like it may start raining again next couple of days at least, then we'll get some clearing.
All right, thanks so much. KTVU's Jesse Gary with that report. Try to stay dry out there, Jesse, and thanks for joining us here on Live Now from Fox.
Of course.
And as we continue to follow this weather story and give you a look at our live radar here, we're also continuing to monitor other stories that are coming out of this in California and Southern California, where maintenance crews are working hard to get the power back on for everyone. Thousands of people left in the dark after the latest round of storms knocked the power out. We want to go out to Fox 11's Hal Eisner for more on this. And Hal, you spoke with one family whose power went out in the middle of the night. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I've been dealing with that for the past couple of days. Lots of families around here are dealing with that kind of a problem. I have to tell you, we've had a very similar situation to my friend Jesse Gary up there in Northern California, with rain off and on and more rain coming. But it's not been the rain that's been the problem. It's been the wind that's been knocking down trees, that's been knocking down power poles, and then snapping power lines, causing tens of thousands of people to end up without power. One such person is Hannah Wax from Tarzana, which is just down the street from us.
We were awakened to a boom and a flash at about 10:20 on Friday night.
The boom was this tree coming down on a power pole near her home. The flash, possibly the snapping of an electrical wire or transformer. And Hannah Wax power has been out ever since.
We're all weenies here in LA. Like it's 53 inside.
She's so cold. She's walking around her home wearing a coat and 4 layers to stay warm. The kids stayed with a friend over the weekend. And the dog?
The dog went to the dog sitter. So
You couldn't handle the cold.
he's short-haired and he was all shivery. And
Food spoiled in her refrigerator. She couldn't wash or dry any clothing. There's been no internet.
my child had an important appointment that she needs to do a Zoom meeting because everything's Zoom now. Well, we have to go find where can she go to do that.
Hannah's not alone. DWP's Twitter feed has been packed with complaints, one after another. We saw customers upset about what they call the lack of response after 60 hours. What's happening, they ask.
Yeah, currently we restored over 143,000 people back with power, but there's still a little over 25,000 people out of power.
DWP's General Manager Marty Adams says as of today, there's still about 2,000 people like Hannah that have been out of power for several days. They've been concerned about downed wires.
Is really trying to, make sure that the issues of public safety, where there's wires on the ground and there's hazards, that we're getting those, addressed as quickly as possible.
You think it'll be done by end of day tomorrow?
I'd like to hope so, but I won't predict that just because I know the rain's going to continue and I don't know what else is going to come with it. So, we could see, I think our current outages would be restored, but there could be new outages associated. We don't know when another tree is going to take a line down. So it's really hard to predict at this point. So I don't want to make any predictions. All I can tell you is that we're doing everything we possibly can to get people up and running as fast as possible.
I also asked Marty Adams the question of whether it is they'll be done with all this restoring of power at homes by tomorrow and even businesses as well. And he said he didn't really want to take a guess because, as you heard from Jesse and from me, there is more rain coming. And who knows if that'll bring along some wind and knock down a couple of trees and bang over a couple of poles and, be right back where we were. But right now, this storm isn't expected to be as bad as the last one. And one other note, maybe end on a nice note here. Hannah Wax, that you heard from, she texted me a couple of minutes ago. She said somebody from the crew came over from DWP and said, we got to get your power back on soon. We're working on it. So we're all hoping that they get her power on soon. And everybody else of the 25,000 people that are still without power here in the Los Angeles area. Lexie, back to you.
Yeah, Hal, that's great to hear. And, California has been slammed with so much, depending on what part you're in, between the snow and the rain, the power outages. What stands out the most to you about Los Angeles and what you've seen over the course of the last few days?
Well, we don't get it's cold, but we don't get the snow like you've been seeing images of, the mountains, the snow caps. And for many people, that's been nice. They've gone out and taken pictures and posted them on social media and really enjoyed that aspect of it. But the snow kind of packs you in a little bit too, and it's hard to get to where you want to go. And the power failures, this has been fairly massive. You're talking about over 100,000 customers who got nailed by this thing. And I think the bottom line is that, all of us in some way or another, if we haven't shivered or felt some loneliness in the dark of night without our power, we've come to realize how important power is and what happens when we don't have it.
Yeah, it's a good point. All right, thanks so much. Fox 11's Hal Eisner joining us. Great reporting out there, Hal. We appreciate you having us or joining with us here on Live Now from Fox.
Of course.